Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Quickie. So this week's topic is all about book data, or more specifically my books. This was another topic chosen by one of my beta readers, and what she really wanted to know is, what haven't I let her read yet? Frankly, a hell of a lot. I'm about to throw a whole lot of numbers your way. If you're not a statistics person, this is probably going to be a really boring episode for you, but see if you can stick it out anyway for me. Okay, so I currently have 7 formally published books. Now, my version of being formally published means that they are available on print or available for purchase from an online retailer like Amazon, iTunes, Barnes and Nobles, any of those sort of things. So I have 7 currently formally published books. Not including those 7, I have another 15 books completed that are waiting to be formally published. So they're not out there yet. Out of those 15, 6 of them are currently available on Radish for reading. So there's still a lot that are finished that people haven't been able to read yet. As for works in progress, I currently have 54 books that are in some stage of progress currently. 26 of those are in the romance genre or romance suspense genre. Another 28 fall within the realm of fantasy, whether that be urban fantasy, paranormal fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. They're in the fantasy genre. Of those 54 works in progress, I have made significant progress on 22 of the stories. So significant progress to me would be between 20,000 to 100,000 words or more. The majority of them, of those 22, are probably around the 25,000 word mark. And yeah, they're just either stalled or waiting for an idea, or just waiting for me to get the hell around to keep writing them. Or maybe I just got bored of them. Or maybe the muse stopped talking to one of the main characters and therefore we stopped writing it. Who the hell knows? But there's 22 of them. There are another 12 which are at approximately the 10 chapter level. I tend to have a good idea of how many words I put per chapter. I either have, on very long books, I have around 4,000 words per chapter. On my shorter books, I have around 2,000 words per chapter. But there are 12 books that are currently sitting around the 10 chapter mark, probably 10 or more, but that's where they're sitting. And then the last 20 books are 3 chapters or less. So some of them are literally just an idea where I've either given them a title or written out my general plot, but not written much. Others I've actually written the first 1 to 3 chapters of, and then gotten back to what I should be working on, hopefully, and they're just sitting there waiting for me to come back to them. Occasionally I'll pick them up every month and I'll add a bit more to them, but they're not a work that I'm significantly focused on right at the point in time, and so I just add to them as it happens. So that is my current book stats. Just a bunch of numbers until I actually do something with them, really. This week was all editing. I didn't do any writing. However, the muse and I did sit down and we actually mapped out a whole heap of stuff about Essence and their part in the Angelus series. So the Angelus series is Spectra and Wraith is the sequel. So I've been waiting to figure out what Essence reasoning is in the sequel, and now that I have that, I think I'll actually be firing away a bit better with the sequel. So I mapped that all out in a nice pretty mind map, and I can see where there's room for the series to grow, where, you know, the plots will all interlink and keep growing, but they're there. So that's basically what I got done this week. Not much, but it was a lot to me because I've been trying to get that out for such a long time now. So next week's topic is the June wrap-up. So make sure you send me any questions that you have that any of my blog posts this week have brought it up to your mind and you want answered, or anything else that frankly you just want me to answer. This week's questions. The first question is, what's the book that has the girl holding the camera? Okay, so that would be The Scout. It's a romance suspense book about assassins. That's all I'm giving you. That's one of those ones that only has 1 or 2 chapters written. It was when I was actually working on another book and the muse gave me the idea and I sort of went, okay, I'll just get that written and out of the road, but I'm not going to work on it right now. So that's where that is. There's a lot of plot intrigue with that one, and I have the general idea, but until I work out the deeper, in-depth problems with that, I won't be coming back to it yet. Book 2. And there was a book on last week's Quickie that the cover only shows his hands. What's that one? I'm going to take a guess that you mean Hit. And it has his hand holding a gun. If I've got the wrong book, I'm sorry, but I couldn't see any other book where just his hands are there. So Hit is actually a trilogy. I've completed the first one. They're a novella trilogy, just like my hotel series, except again, this is a romance suspense one about assassins. I like my assassins, what can I say? The first book of that is actually completed, and I'm working on the second book to that as it comes up. I actually really do like that one, and if you remember when Gracie came and guest starred in one of my videos and she was talking about the book that she's been waiting for me to finish, that would be Hit. Okay, so that's all I've got for you now. Thank you for watching. I think my weekly quickies are getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Yay! Don't forget to send in any questions you have by Wednesday for next week's topic, and I shall see you all next Sunday. And if you have a suggestion for future topics, please send those in as well. I'm running out of ideas of what to talk to you about. Okay, thanks. Have a good week.